Welcome everyone, I'm Brian Kaplan, editor of The Banker magazine. Here with me today from Capgemini Financial Services is Jean Lassignardi, Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, and Bill Sullivan, Head of Market Intelligence. Thank you for joining us today to discuss the latest findings from the World Retail Banking Report 2014 from Capgemini and EFMA.
Key findings, Brian, are first, for the first time in 3 years, there is a decline in the Customer Experience Index. On more than 25% of the countries surveyed, 10% decline, which is very significant. Second findings is that the Gen Y, which is about 1/3 of the total population, is very demanding on the experience in the new environment and, as we showed in the survey, as a lower Customer Experience Index, which is again, a second findings and call for actions. And then we have the third findings, which is the growing impact of social media in banking and the huge expectations that are now for the different customers of the banks in that area.
There's some work to be done, and I think the one key thing is banks certainly acknowledge social media is becoming more important and they need to start making some investments. The fact is 90% of the customers that we surveyed have a social media account, and already 10% are interacting with their banks at least one time a week. Banks have been primarily focused on having a presence. Do they have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, setting up in terms of brand? The gap that we found in this year's report is the fact that customers are looking to look at their account information. They're looking to make transactions and make payments. When we ask banks aren't quite at that point. So there's a real need for banks to start understanding exactly what are the client needs, how do their clients want to interact with them moving forward, and try to find to align those social media capabilities to those needs. It's about the concept of social banking, not the social media tool. So it's not about Facebook or Twitter. It's around how do you make the client's experience more seamless, and how do you reduce the friction to make payments and to access financial information. And we're starting to see some banks move very quickly in that. We're seeing a lot of innovation out of Asia Pacific and Middle East. We see some Turkish banks that have full capabilities within Facebook in terms of providing transaction capabilities, paying friends through Facebook, accessing account information, even opening new accounts. Probably a little bit less so in North America, although we've even seen RBC start to provide person-to-person payments through Facebook. It's starting to happen, and I think it's important to make sure that banks don't get left behind in that approach, especially with the Gen Y customers.
People matter, results count.